This is the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Target exclusive deluxe class Road Rage. Oh my goodness, this figure actually turned out better than I expected. Now this review is going to be a comparison review mostly between Road Rage and Kingdom Tracks. Road Rage, if you didn't already know, is a repaint or a redeco of Kingdom Tracks, much like how she was back in Generation 1. Takara Tomy, or Takara back then, had released a red recolored G1 mold of Tracks and called her Road Rage. It comes with her weapons, same weapons as Tracks. And here is Tracks together with Road Rage, exactly the same car alt mode. The rims look to be the same. The clear plastic bits seem to be the same as well. You've got the same guns, just done in different colored plastic. Even the, see the pistol. Pistol looks to be exactly the same one. I could be wrong, but Road Rage is, just seems to be a little bit lighter in shade. This one's a little bit more shinier than this one. It could just be a case-to-case quality control on the plastic, but it's the same mold. This one actually feels a lot cheaper than this one. This one feels a little bit more premium, while the Road Rage weapons, just they really feel very cheap. So looking at the two figures in alt mode, really amazing. I get this feeling that the mold was meant for Road Rage and Tracks was the beta version. Now, obviously, I'm pretty biased with Tracks. You all know why. I prefer this figure, definitely. I prefer the blue colors more. But the red colors on this mold, oh my goodness, it's really doing it for me. It's not as glossy as I wanted it to be. It feels that the plastic is bordering on matte and glossy at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not super glossy, but there's a little bit of gloss. You can clearly see Trax's plastic is a lot shinier than this one. And they probably used a more premium type of plastic here. But again, you get to see a lot of that scuffing, a lot of that sort of in between a matte and a gloss type of finish. The red paint on the clear bits actually looks okay. It's not as off-putting as I thought it would be. The Tracks paint on the clear plastic is glossy type of enamel. This one is done in shiny matte. And I think it's darker. The clear plastic that they used for this one is a little on the smoked side, because this one is really like a sort of, it has a tint of blue. And for Road Rage, it's kind of smoked and gray. Slight subtle differences. Tires are the same. You can clearly see everything about the mold is exactly the same, just molded in a different color of plastic. So, focus on Road Rage. She rolls very nicely. And you can transform her into her flight mode just like Tracks. That's what we're going to do now. Okay. And again, pegs of doom right here, as I mentioned in my Tracks review. If you want to see transformation from robot to alt mode, just check out my Tracks review, my Kingdom Tracks. It's exactly the same. Since we've already done from robot to alt mode, I thought for Road Rage's review, we shall do a vehicle mode into robot mode. So, okay, just move these things along, just like that. Okay. Come on. Okay. And that is the flight mode. And then you can obviously put the guns right here. I love the fact that they use this shiny black, I don't know if it's paint or it is paint. They painted that red plastic with this glossy black finish for the forearms. And I thought that was a nice touch on the part of Hasbro. I mean, it is a repaint. And like I always say, if you got to do a repaint, you got to nail the new colors for it to work. And so far, Hasbro has been nailing the colors, at least in alt mode, for this figure. Now, to complete her transformation into robot mode, you got to do the same thing as Tracks, just unpeg the windshield bits right here. Come on. I hope it doesn't break. Okay. Oh, okay. And fold that back right there. Rotate. Come back down here, and then this windshield right here. Comes down here. And it'll stay like that. And wow, look at that head sculpt. We'll talk more about that later. But right now you can clearly see they've given her a brand new head sculpt, and I absolutely love it. So go ahead and rotate right here. And then just like what I mentioned in my tracks review, you gotta sort of have some finger finesse here and just slide over, excuse me, fold these out, and then you got to slide over the feet as you fold down the legs. Slide down the feet right here and then fold down the legs. A little bit of finesse and in the transformation, otherwise you're not going to be able to transform the legs properly. So all that's left is really to just fold down the torso. Come on. Okay. Okay. And then pop out the fists. Let me see. Okay, wow. I love the white plastic that they used for the fists. And then just fold these on the back. Just lock that backpack in. And here is Road Rage in robot mode. And the robot mode looks absolutely fantastic. All the colors are spot on. I have no complaints on the color. The initial look, the plastic will look cheap. I give you that. But as you look at it closely, it really feels good. The cheapest looking plastic I can see is the dark blue one, the purplish blue plastic. That's the only one that's kind of looking not so premium. But the red, white plastic, even this black shiny paint on that red plastic, even these bits, they really look nice. They feel nice. They feel a little light though, but for all intents and purposes, I think Hasbro did us a solid for this figure. Despite being a repaint, you really get a quality figure. Even this kind of plastic, it's a little soft, but it's not super cheap. It just looks cheap. So you can remove the weapons, get rid of this, so you can clearly appreciate that head sculpt. That head sculpt is looking absolutely fine. Really nice. Some issues, some blemishes on her cheek and the eyes. Yeah, you get that. Some quality issues here and there. I expect that. I mean, it's sky blue and that silver, but it's a nice shade of blue that they used for the head sculpt. And for comparison, here is Trax again with Road Rage, and they look great together. Now, the issues that were present with Trax are still going to be obviously with Road Rage. If you are not satisfied with Trax, the Kingdom Trax figure, then chances are you're not going to be happy as well with the Road Rage figure. However, if you did love this Trax figure, you're going to love Road Rage. I think Hasbro nailed it with this repaint. I think they did a wonderful job. Some people are still happy with the Reveal the Shield Trax. That's all well and good. I mean, that figure transforms more closely or closer to the G1 transformation. I'm not going to argue with that. However, in terms of aesthetic, maybe even proportion and scale, I'm pretty happy with this new Trax and Road Rage figure. And so some final thoughts on Kingdom Road Rage. I think it's a great figure. If you weren't happy with Trax, you're not going to be happy with her. If you're happy with Trax, you're going to love this figure. I think Hasbro and Takara Tomy nailed the repaint. The figure is going to get same as Trax. I think I gave Trax a 9 or maybe a 10. I don't know, I remember. But she's going to get a 9 out of 10 for me. Absolutely happy with this figure. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this new Kingdom Road Rage. Hit me up in the comments, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the very end of the video. I wanted to show off these two figures again in their flight mode because I forgot the tail fins on Road Rage's flight mode. They look great. So you have the cartoon accurate bonnet tempos on Trax, and you got the toy accurate bonnet tempos on Road Rage. Also, on another note, I was able to get an Earth mode Deluxe class Mirage. This was the one I reviewed, and as you might have remembered, the Autobot faction symbol was tempoed on inappropriately, or it's a factory issue, factory defect tempo. It's not properly aligned. But the second one I got is much better looking. The Autobot logo is aligned and they come together neatly, nicely. So very, very happy to actually get a second copy of this one. So this one's gonna go off to a buddy of mine who doesn't really care about the alt mode. He's gonna keep him in robot mode, and this one's gonna stay with me. There you go. Thanks for watching.